Cool. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, the RNLI. People that are not British might not have heard of it. I know we've got a massive American audience and people all around the world, so they may not have ever heard of that. But it used to be a great institution. I mean, it's a couple of 100 years old. On the face of it, on paper, a great thing, right? To try and save people that are lost at sea. I think there was a big storm. Ships used to get lost at sea all the time in the pre-modern age, in like the 18th, 19th century. There was one particular really bad one where loads and loads of people drowned. And they thought, if we had just a couple of boats there at that time, we could have saved loads of people. So it grew out of that. And until fairly recently, until we started being invaded by small boats across the channel, I had no problem. No one had any problem with them. So it would be a great thing. But in recent times, or since the boat invasion has happened, people have began to have some concerns about their role in it all. And so let's just talk about that a bit. I mean, very recently, they put out a tweet, just sort of doubling down on what they're doing, and they sort of very disingenuously saying, "We're just saving lives at sea, bro. We're just." We don't need the volume of people screeching. So where the small boats often are sort of too packed and they capsize, particularly in bad weather. I mean, the channel is freezing. I mean, all the sea, unless you're in like the Bahamas or something, will be freezing. You haven't got long in the water. So one take is I don't actually want people to die at sea. So if they have actually capsized in bad weather, save them. But then, they should be detained and sent back, not just put into general population. Okay, that's one of the things the RNLI are saying. We just save lives. Well, that's a bit disingenuous because they're doing more than that. I mean, Nigel Farage and others have noticed that they just seem to be ferrying people across. We see images like this all the time, where they just seem to be acting as some sort of taxi or ferry service. So on days when the sea is fine and the boats haven't capsized or anything, they go out into the channel and basically escort them onto our shores, where of course eventually they're put in a hotel somewhere near you, and who knows who they are. I mean, they're nearly always schools. Men. Sorry?
Or near your daughter's school.
Right.
That's a frequent one.
And they're nearly always just young fighting age men.
Oh look, two thumbs up from that guy.
Invaders, just straight up invaders that shouldn't be here.
They don't look very wet, do they?
And so I thought it was a bit cheap, really, for the RNLI to pick a particular clip where they're literally saving lives, which again I haven't got any problem with. I'm not an actual monster. So, but they were sort of saying, this is what we do. We're just saving lives. You're doing more than that, though. You're facilitating an invasion, a wave of God knows who, sex criminals.
You're aiding
statistically,
people traffickers.
Or worse, yeah. So you're doing the job of the people traffickers to some degree. I mean, the comments under their tweet is, you get one or two saying, no, you're doing a great job.
I can't imagine most of them were very positive.
We see this every day. It is well, quite literally every day, apart from perhaps on the worst days in winter when the channel is too choppy for the invaders. It's just every day.
It's a shame, really. I grew up on the coast, southwest coast, and the RNLI. If you grow up on the coast, like, it's a really big thing. It's a really big thing because you see them, you support them. They could very well. The likelihood is that they could be called to save your life one day, especially due to the currents where I grew up specifically. It's such a shame that the institution itself, because that's what it is, right? Like, it's not the crew members themselves, because they're all volunteers. Like, it's sort of a charitable venture. The institution itself has effectively just been co-opted by people traffickers, the government.
Well, yeah, because I imagine...
Who objectively are people traffickers. We know that, because
at this point,
they did.
Yeah.
I imagine the rules that are in place are just completely neutral. if anybody on the coast in the water capsizes, you have to do it. You can't prejudice one way or the other depending who they are or why they're out there. You just go out and you save them. And like you say, it's the people traffickers who are taking advantage of that neutrality.
Well, I'm talking about the government.
Well, and the government.
I'm aware they released another statement to say we're just doing what the government has told us to do as well. And it's like, right, but that's actually not good enough.
Yeah, just following orders.
Are actual people traffickers. Yeah. So you could say you're not a people trafficker, but you're following the orders of people traffickers. The government are objectively people traffickers. We know that demonstrably. They told us that they've done that. They put a super injunction out on that, and this is not good enough. And the thing is, like what you highlighted specifically is the disparity between what they put out as their tweet saying, "Look, bro, we're just saving people, bro." It's like, but you're not, because they're not wet. We know that because there's wet patches on his legs where he's walking now.
Right there.
So he's not wet. So at what point are you just aiding and abetting people traffickers? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. They'll go out into the middle of the channel and pick them up. Right.
What, on the threat that they might capsize?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, if they've not capsized yet, why isn't some different authority just going over to them and saying, turn around?
Border Force, yeah.
Yeah. Why aren't they,
Should be the border
why aren't they just saying, turn around?
Well, if it was up to me, in Bowes Britain, it would be the whole channel, in fact, probably most of the south coast, because they don't all land at Dover, it's all down the south coast. I would make that a theatre of operations for the Royal Navy alone, not Border Force, not the Coast Guard, certainly not the RNLI. It's for the Royal Navy to police those waters. That's what I would do. I would just take them out of the equation, because I think both the points you've made are true. One, the ordinary person that works for the RNLI, a volunteer, has probably got just good intentions. They just want to try and save people. And it is also true that it's the sort of their mandate to, not care who it is. There's someone struggling at sea who may well drown, and we go out to save them. That's our mandate. But then, so that's true. But then it's also true that, isn't it, that they're taking their orders, they're just following orders from a traitorous government who seems hell-bent on flooding us with unvetted, fighting-age foreign men. So both those things are true, right? And on top of that, it's also true that that's not good enough, is it? That's not good enough. I don't want the RNLI to be doing that.
No, it was also, it's all well and good saying, well, it's only, what was it, like 1.2% of their launches that they said. So, okay, well, what percentage of people are you saving from that launch? You know, like per capita, let's pull that one out of here, versus other people that deserve it and need it. You know, are the launches, because is the 1.2% of those launches fundamentally only because they've run into issue, or is it all of this stuff where they're just having a jolly being picked up? Because if it's this, that's 1.2% too high.
Yeah,
like, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
So, let's get into the granular detail of what that percentage actually entails.
Yeah.
But they won't release that.
No,
obviously it's this.
Right, yeah. We all know, right? And again, it's making that, I'm being kind by calling it disingenuous. Say that we're just saving people, we're pulling people out of the water who were going to imminently drown. It's like, yeah, okay, but that's not the whole story, is it? That's not all you're doing. And some people have said about the money, because the RNLI is funded, I think, largely, if not entirely, by just donations.
It's charitable venture.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people have said, oh, your donations must be falling off a cliff. But then I saw them tweet, no, actually, at least in 2023 or 2024, we got 10 million more than usual, or something like that. You see adverts on TV for them, don't they? You say, in your will, I think it's largely older people. Yeah. In your will, leave loads of money to the RNLI or donate to the RNLI.
I'd like to see whether any of public funds have been funneled to them via the government, to be fair.
Yeah.
If the government's advising them to do this, which they freely admitted, I wonder whether there's public funds that have been funneled that way. I don't know if there's a way for us to find that out. But I'd put money on it that that's highly likely.
I mean, I would imagine as a charitable source, they would need to be going through the Charity Commission. And then, therefore, their actual funds would need to be public.
Yeah.
And again, like they often do, like they did with, say, COVID, where they try and make the compassionate argument.
Here you go. They say on their frequently asked questions, less than 1% of our funding comes from government sources. But of course, the government can use...
funnel through other things.
Yeah, they can funnel through NGOs and separate charities that also receive government. So you can have multiple different ways of dispersing the funds and getting them. That's what the governments always do.
I just think it's a rotten lie or set of lies to say that if you've got any problem with what the RNLI do nearly every day, certainly in good weather, then you're a monster. You just want people to die at sea. It's like, well, no, come on. Like in COVID, where they tried to make the argument, if you've got any problem with anything that's going on, you just want the old people to die.
You want Granny to die, don't you?
Yeah. Like, why do you want Granny to die?
And now
put a mask on.
And now the government's rubbing its hands together going, you want Granny to die, don't you?
Right, yeah.
Support the eugenics bill.
Or like the thing we did the other day about the online harm bill. It's like, oh, you want small children to be exposed to porn then, do you? It's like, no, it's what...
Either or. That's such a reductive argument.
Yeah.
It's a myopic argument from an imbecile.
I mean, from the online harms bill, doesn't the government already have, probably... dozens of obscenity laws that would already prevent that just aren't enforced?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
But no, we need this brand new bill so that we can impose even more restrictions on the internet and censor everybody. Just a little bit more overreach for Ofcom, because nobody understands how the law works.
It's just trying to, again, the argument is manipulative, really, really manipulative, going straight to, oh, you must be a monster if you've got any problems with what's going on, what we're doing. Just look at this one element of what's happening, which is very difficult to argue against, right? I think, I mean, some people might accuse me of being milquetoast here, but just to leave those people to die there isn't the right thing to do, is it? I mean, so, okay.
Nate's Britain. Step up from Bo's Britain.
Oh no. Here come the based Olympics. Oh god. It's like the Special Olympics, but more retarded.
Be safe. Just saying.
So yeah, I mean...
I do not condone anything that may be illegal or overstep the boundaries of the online harms bill.
There was no statement.
Yeah. Yes. Lotus eaters... Anyway, you get it. So yeah, I mean, this is just in the news cycle a bit. I mean, to be fair, one of the things Nigel does do, and Reform, is they've actually drawn some attention to it, because you wouldn't hear a peep out of the Lib Dems or the Greens or even Labour or even actually Tories sometimes. I think I have seen one or two tweets from Tory people saying, "Wait, RNLI, wait, what are you doing? Wait, why are you doing that? Like, save people from imminent death, okay, but why are you doing that though? Why are you like literally ferrying them into Dover when they weren't in any danger, and etc. etc." And Nigel and Reform have been fairly strong on this. Of course, they've got pushback all over the place from it, but it's a fair point. It's an absolutely fair point. And yeah, they try and they make the argument that it's only a small percentage of what we do is ferrying invaders straight onto British shores. It's only a small thing in the scheme of everything we do. Yeah, okay, but it's not okay. It's not good enough. I don't think. So, okay. I just wanted to sort of bring it to the attention of people, because a lot of people, I think, will not have, particularly foreign people, may not have ever even heard of the RNLI, let alone be aware of what they're doing. And again, the broader point is I wouldn't want to sort of completely destroy the RNLI on everywhere else on the coastline, where they're saving the lives of normal, decent people who, through no fault of their own, perhaps, have got into trouble. Like, that's a wonderful thing to do. I just think it's sad that, like a lot of other institutions and organisations, they seem to have been co-opted. I think you used the word co-opted, or seem to have been infected with the idea that it's okay to just help the invasion in some way. That there's nothing wrong with that. I haven't seen them actually answer whenever on Twitter or something, whenever anyone has accused them of saying, No, you're part of the problem here. They just don't seem to address that. They just fall back on the argument of, oh, well, it's our mandate to just save people at sea regardless of anything.
Well, they have made this statement in the article here. A management consultant who volunteers for the RNLI says, when our pager goes, we're not thinking about anything political. We're all thinking about people. We're actively compassionate. That's what drives us beyond any moral or civic responsibility. When we're tasked, we don't know what we're going to be tasked to. We're there to help people in their most distressing times. So it might just be that they get the call out. And
from who, though?
That's good. Yeah. I would assume whoever reports that there is some kind of incident going on in the channel.
To the middle of the calm channel on a sunny day when the people aren't in immediate danger.
Yeah, that would be coordination from the French authorities and our border force, no doubt.
Doing that,
and then it's sad that this is what's become of the RNLI because, have some foresight here. If you end up facilitating this as an invasion, which it is, facilitating it on a wide degree, large scale, and these people won't be paying you, right? Like if these people reach a critical mass, they won't be funding the RNLI because they don't. They don't do that. They don't. And so then what will become of the institution? It's gone then. I have some foresight, for God's sake. Everything you like, everything you hold dear, everything that has given you that moral and civic responsibility that you feel so beholden to will be gone. That's it. It will be gone. Done. Right. You keep ferrying people here, you will not have a job. The institution won't exist any longer. That's a fact. Like it's not speculative. That's what will happen because it's what happens every single place where these people gain a critical mass. Everything gets crumbled.
Yeah. I just think it's symptomatic of just one more example of where something once noble has been subverted. We've had our good nature, our good intentions perverted against us. I suppose one last point I'll just make is, the average volunteer, I've got nothing against them. It's like so many of these things, like your average worker or volunteer in loads of different organisations, which suddenly finds that they're involved in something actually terrible, suddenly realise, oh wait, what's happening now? What am I a part of? Are we the baddies?
Yeah. Are we the bad?
That thing. So it's just sad. And I think the only way for it to be fixed is what I said, is to take the border force, and we'll need an entirely new border force, I would have thought, and the Coast Guard and the RNLI, take them out of the equation entirely and put it into the hands of the Royal Navy. Of course, the government we've got now will never do that, never ever do that. They wouldn't dream of it, because that would solve the issue, wouldn't it? So they're not going to do that. So we're going to have more of this for at least another few years. So it's just sad to see.